So, when working with fruit flies in any experimental context, one of the most important things to be able to do is to move them around from one vial or another, to sort them, to manipulate them, etc. And to do that, essentially they need to be unconscious. So to render them unconscious, we use what is known as an etherizer. And this is an etherizer. In the bottom it has a foam plug of sorts that has been soaked in ether, hence the term etherizer. And on the top side, it has a small chamber which we close with this plug that is called the etherizing chamber. The ether diffuses into this and knocks the flies out. So we need to get the flies into the etherizing chamber. To do so, we need to be strategic about it. So first, we want to take the foam plug that is closing the vial of flies and pull it up as high as we can without actually opening the vial, so that it is ready to be pulled out and place the etherizer on top of it. Now, to stun the flies and to physically remove them from the opening, we want to use a series of 1 or 2 very sharp taps with the vial onto the counter in order to stun them, like so. So you can see that that stuns the flies and knocks them down towards the bottom of the vial, and that gives us a crucial half a second to a second to get the etherizer onto the top of the vial, which I will demonstrate now. So a sharp tap or two, and the foam cap comes out, and immediately on top of it goes the etherizer. This whole then unit is turned over, and now we want to use a series of very short, light, delicate taps in order to knock the flies down into the etherizing chamber, like so. It is important not to tap too forcefully, because you will knock this growth media loose, and if that falls into the etherizer, it can essentially ruin your experiment. So you want to use a series of light taps to simply knock the flies down into the etherizer. It is not necessarily important to get all of the flies out of the vial. So once you have a sufficient number that have fallen into the etherizer, you can remove the vial, place the plug back into the etherizer, and then take the foam plug, place that back into the mouth of the vial, place that off to the side in case there are any flies left in it. Now we're going to wait for the flies that are in the etherizer to go unconscious, and we essentially want to keep an eye on them by watching their movement, and watch until their movement stops, because we don't want to leave them in there too long because that will kill them, but we obviously want them to be unconscious. So you can now see the flies are not moving, so we will now tap them out onto our porcelain tile like so, and from there we can then sort them, and we can move them into new vials. To move them into a new vial, we want to place the new vial on its side, because in their unconscious state the flies are prone to sticking to the growth media. So we simply sort out a few flies, place the corner into the vial, then they are brushed into it like so. Then that is capped with the foam plug. Put that off to the side, leaving it on its side because the flies are still unconscious. Once they have regained consciousness, they can be, the vial can be returned to its upright state. Any excess flies that are not needed are then pushed into this morgue. And the morgue, of course, is simply motor oil in a beaker, but this causes them to sink into it, and they can then be subsequently disposed of. And you're done.